We
But I
love
do
hip
want
hop.
to talk about the Eglinton West destruction. All right, the destruction of Lil Jamaica. I've been seeing a lot of talk about the LRT and how finally the LRT is supposed to start. I think it's supposed to start this weekend. Right, it might be tomorrow actually when they're starting the LRT, and that's going to be the rapid transit that's going from one side of town all the way through the other. It's going to be going down Eglinton. I might even try it out. You might see me on the LRT just to see what it's like, see the speed and all that stuff. But they've poured billions of dollars into this LRT. They have not been able to get it fixed or get it finished for how many years now? You guys might know a little bit better than me as far as the amount of years that it's taken for them to finish this LRT. And during that time, it's just fucked the businesses up over there on Eglinton West. All of those different places that you used to be able to go to whatever time of the night, see a drum of some jerk chicken cooking outside, all them times are done. Besides the gentrification that's happening over there, the LRT has taken businesses out for good. There's a lot of businesses out there that ain't coming back because of this long time construction, right? Let me see if I can find this video. Video is titled, and this is courtesy of CTV News, Toronto's Little Jamaica neighborhood in a state of emergency.
Toronto's Little Jamaica neighborhood was at one time one of the largest Jamaican expat communities in the world. But after 15 years of construction from the delayed Eglinton LRT.
I've seen one of y'all say that in the comments right there. I'm like, is that for real? 15 years? Yo, fam, this shit gets me so upset, fam. Because it's like, I feel like they're like playing in our face. Pause. 15 years, bro? You guys must think we're stupid, fam.
Residents say the culture is being squeezed out. Many businesses were forced to close. So now, with the trucks gone and the LRT set to open this weekend, our producer, Michael Hiscock, checked in with the community to learn what the future looks like.
This better not be copyright music.
There's other place like Little Jamaica within the city of Toronto. This is our home. This is our community. This is where we operate.
Jason McDonald is chair of the Little Jamaica BIA and a mainstay in the community. He opened Casual Hair Salon in 1999.
I'm a hairstylist.
Hold on, not to keep on stopping the video, but it is a reaction. Easy Factor said, I was working on Eglinton when they shut down the street parking in 2013. Yo, it's 2026, fam. Yo, we are a trash city.
West. You're so busy, man. You're so popular. People here.
Actually, let me take that back. It's going according to plan.
Yo. Can't even record a video, man.
I used to cut my own hair. And I was my first customer. Everybody always would ask me, who cut your hair? And when I would say it was me, they would say, that's not possible. Give me a haircut.
Business at the salon was going well until 2011, when construction began on the Eglinton LRT. It's a transit line that will link neighborhoods across Midtown Toronto with the subway system. In Little Jamaica, it goes underground.
When Metrolinx first started, we started to experience years of decline with our business financially. And then all of a sudden, we're met with all these big trucks, lack of visibility, lack of access, your sidewalk closed. You're directing traffic away from my business, purposely.
The Eglinton LRT was...
Hear what he said? Purposely.
Originally set to open in 2020, but after numerous setbacks, it's been under construction for 15 years, and business owners are reaching their breaking point.
Little Jamaica is in a state of emergency. This community was a vibrant community 16 years ago.
Cheryl, the Caribbean Cuisine. Good afternoon. How can I help you?
Cheryl's Caribbean Cuisine opened nearly 10 years ago during the LRT's construction, but she still managed to make a name for herself in the community.
So first of all, Cheryl, I gotta say, it smells really, really good in here.
Thank you. So the first time my mom put me in the kitchen, about 9-10, 2 weeks after I get the restaurant, I came in open. Didn't know what to expect, I'm telling you. One-man show. I was the cook, the clean, the cashier.
Since then, Cheryl's team is.
I've been to this restaurant. So you know what? I actually went to this restaurant and I was trying to get away from police at one point. Quick story time. Hold on. Where's my story time music? Quick story time. I was driving one time. This is when I was still on roads, right? I was still on roads and I had some work in the car. I was doing heavy rentals them times. Them times I was renting those Dodge, what do you call those? I remember the name of them shits. They discontinued them. The cops used to drive them. Help me in the chat over here. The ones that the cops used to drive all the time. The Dodge, not the Caravans, like the Chargers. The Charger. I'm in the black Charger going up Oakwood. And I got probably like, just like a Cuban, nothing crazy, right? Thank you. The Charger, not the Hellcat, the Charger, all right? The Chargers was nice. Just quick reminisce for a second right here. When I used to go over to the Enterprise and they had a Charger, instead of holding it for 2 weeks, because I used to switch my whips like every 2 weeks. I was outside, right? Instead of 2 weeks, I'd hold that Charger for like a month. Them shits drive so nice, bro. You pull up out the Charger. Whoo, panties get wet. Anyhow, I'm driving up Oakwood, trying to get to Eglinton so that I can jump on the highway and then get the hell out of Dodge, right? I already made my chop. Still have a little bit of work in the car. I'm moving up. I'm moving on up. This is New Year's Eve. Sorry, Christmas Eve, my bad. Christmas Eve. Driving up. And I see the boy them behind me. And there's about 4 cars of length behind between me and the cops. Next thing you know, I'm looking in my rear view and they're doing this. Like they're working to get around the other cars to be directly behind me. So now I'm like, oh, shit. So boom, I hit Eglinton now. I hit the corner. I'm at the lights by Eglinton and Oakwood. Hit the corner and turn on Eglinton. And they're right behind me. I jump out the car. Like I just park and jump out the car like as if I didn't see them behind me. Like, hey, what's going on behind there? And I walked into this restaurant. Right? Ordered a black cake. Cause remember, it's Christmas time, right? So I ordered a rum cake, black cake, whatever y'all want to call it. And see, and then I'm looking out the window and I can see the cops driving by the freaking restaurant slowly, looking in like, nigga, you so lucky. You're like, I'm gonna pull your ass over, you black bastard. So yeah, just a little sidetrack story that happened to me in this restaurant right here.
Grown, but she worries about the community's future.
I'm not sure which direction we're even going in. We're just being up to.
Thank you, mommy.
Let's take, we just wait and see, because to the lot of store that when I just came here, we're here, that, Jamaican home, it's not anymore. We literally been squeezing out. We want to hold on to the culture.
In 2020, the City of Toronto adopted 2 motions to develop supports for struggling businesses in Little Jamaica. In the 6 years since, the members of the community we spoke to say they haven't seen either.
Metrolink said they gave money to Little Jamaica, but what about the property owners and business owner? We still had to go through this and pay our bills. No one compensate us. My memory of Little Jamaica and why we invested is because of the vibrancy, the multiculturalism.
See this right here that they just showed? This was in my documentary.
Little Jamaica and why we invested.
Monica's Cosmetic Supplies Limited. You see right now, this is daytime. things closed down, fam. Monica and her husband, George Lewis, were responsible for recording the first rap song ever made in Canada in the basement of this place right over here. So it has historical value. Besides being a beauty supply store, there was a studio down there that was cranking out reggae hits or dance hall hits for people, as well as creating the first Canadian rap song. Holy shit. All of this shit mosh up, bro.
Is because of the vibrancy, the multiculturalism. You know, you come into this area, you can get food, you can get your hair nicely cut, you can get clothes, you name it, we have it. And now all that have been destroyed.
Diana Lalore owns a property on Eglinton that once housed both a business as well as tenants.
Since the LRT started.
Yo, who remembers CJ's? Who remembers CJ's on Eglinton West? Right? CJ's used to go in there. It was a small store. I think he was an Ethiopian man, if I'm not mistaken. He could have been a Somali man, right? My bad if I'm making a mistake over here. But he used to sell the fitteds. Holy. That's like, you got to know. If you know, you know. Because it wasn't one of the big stores on Eglinton. I think it was right by Eglinton and Dufferin, right? Go get yourself a fitted before the club, bro. A real us, not no fake shit. CJ's got it, bro. All of the bedazzled friggin' Blue Jays and all that shit, you got to go over there, fam.
We have all negative impacts. From the vibration, it damaged the property. It caused me to lose tenants, vacant space, no income. So it puts you into a different bracket. I'm a registered nurse. I work like 7 to 7, 12-hour shifts. I'm also a clinical supervisor, teacher. I teach nursing students. I'm juggling different hats. I never ask for handout. I'm a hardworking woman, and I'm not asking for handouts. I'm just asking for what's right.
We reached out to Metrolinx, the firm responsible for the LRT's construction, to relay the concerns from the community. In a statement, it pointed to $1.38 million it provided to 5 Eglinton area BIAs, adding the LRT will bring thousands of people into community.
You guys are pissing me off, bro. You guys gave them $1.5 million. I know $1.5 million sounds like, that's a lot of money. Like, yeah, you give that to one person who's just chilling in the crib, living the 9-to-5 life or whatever. It is a lot of money. It's a relative amount of money. To a business owner, that ain't shit. Especially the amount of money that they've probably spent, or they probably have to pay off in debts that they were accumulating because the loss of business. And that's not 1.5 for one business, for 5 BIAs. And then they're like, don't worry about it. The LRT is going to bring thousands of people into the area. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. 15 years later, you guys are trying to kill this community, bro, on purpose.
Across Midtown, providing significant benefits to local businesses.
There's a big war going on outside there. The damage that has been done, it's going to take generations for this to come back to what it used to be. So that's why when people ask me, what do we want? It's not what do we want, it's what are we owed.
And we have producer Michael Hiscock in studio with us now. Boy, Mike, the pictures and the people really tell this story. It's one thing to say that there were construction delays, but it's another thing when you see how blocked off that street was. And for anybody who's ever been to Lil Jamaica, was some of the best eating in the city. People on the street would talk to each other, and everything you could see was just barred off and shut down. So what?
A major part of that area, the Lil Jamaica, Eglinton West area, is the walk around aspect. If you can't walk around, then the businesses will die. There's one thing if you can't walk around for 1, 2, maybe even 5 years. When you're talking about 15 years, fam, you got businesses that were open 15 years prior to that are like, how do you expect us to survive, bro? You just expect us to just keep open for 15 years and just hope that, we'll be able to make our money back when the foot traffic comes back? You know that's not happening, bro.
Did they share with you about their hopes that their businesses could reopen once this all is wrapped up?
Yeah, the business owners I spoke to view the LRT as a bit of a double-edged sword. So on the one hand, they're optimistic that when it opens, it's going to bring new customers and business. On the other hand, the presence of this new transit line has made properties in Lil Jamaica a lot more attractive to developers. So what we've seen play out is that as small business owners have been squeezed out over the construction period, developers have swooped in to buy up what was left behind. And
Boy,
so
that'll really change the texture of that neighborhood.
Yeah, and so we're running into this situation where there was a stat at Toronto Metropolitan University that
Starbucks loading
found the number of units in Lil Jamaica that are owned by corporate landlords more than tripled over the course of the LRT's construction. So sure, you might see some more customers and new business, but the cost of doing business is also rising and the competitive landscape is shifting pretty dramatically.
Well, especially because they're on a transit line, right? It makes it much more valuable. What are the business owners hoping to see once that LRT is up and running?
Yo, Carol, for real. From the start of Drake's career, they started building the LRT, bro. That's crazy. They started building the LRT when this guy had Best I Ever Had out on the streets, fam. Holy shit. That's crazy. These niggas is putting up the LRT while mans were singing friggin' Forever I Ever. It may not mean nothing to y'all. Like, damn, fam. That's a long time ago these niggas started building this shit.
This weekend.
They're looking for direct compensation. So I reached out to the City of Toronto as well, alongside Metrolinx, and the supports that they provided to BIAs across Eglinton up until this point have been focused on things like marketing, streetscaping, luring festivals to the communities for a weekend or two. But for the business owners who've had to scrape by or go into debt as a result of this construction, they're looking for something that's going to make them whole again. So in the case of Diana, who you saw in the piece there, when she showed me her property, it once had a restaurant in the main floor and then a residential unit above. And when you go there now, it's boarded up. There's newspapers on the windows. She told me she was ashamed to show it to me in that state. And this was a building that she was relying on, not just to provide income for herself, but something that she could pass on to her children once they got older.
It's making my skin crawl.
And so you can really hear in her voice when she speaks that she's at the end of her rope. And I think she's very symbolic of how people, not just in Lil Jamaica, but across a lot of Eglinton are feeling right now.
It'll be interesting to see people come back to that neighborhood. And boy, I sure hope they get a sense of...
You know that ain't happening there, shorty. Your fine ass knowing that shit ain't happening. Wiz wants to know, what's my thoughts on the new highway underneath the 401? I don't know, bro. Hopefully that'll help to bring down some of the freaking traffic congestion. But like this right here, they're trying to make it seem like, don't worry, be patient. Once the LRT's built, you are going to make all of your money back. Eglinton West will be a flourishing area once again. All of you Jamaicans and other black peoples and stuff will be able to do your black stuff again. That's a whole lie. You heard what they said about the developers and stuff like that, and how these guys are like, oh, this might be nice for a condo development. I'm already seeing stuff getting built over there. They're trying to erase Lil Jamaica. Let's be real. They're not trying to preserve Lil Jamaica or give it a facelift and give it an upgrade. They're trying to make it where there is no more Lil Jamaica. It's just going to be Eglinton West. You're driving down there. You go pick up your Starbucks. You might be able to go to a friggin', I don't know, a flower shop or something that's owned by some white lady or some Asian lady or something like that. All you black people, just go do some crime or something, or do something else. But you can't have this area where like you guys can like all like communicate and chill and shit like that. And it's not even like Eglinton West is some bad area. You know what I'm saying? I know they have the ECWs, the Eglinton West, or the EWC, the Eglinton West Crips. But that whole freaking team was taken down. They had the Vaughn and Oakwood Bloods that were like right down the road from freaking Eglinton West. That shit is pretty much done. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, there's still members, but as far as like the tensions and stuff like that, for the most part, that area ain't like that no more. You know what I'm saying? So now when you think about it, they could have a cool neighborhood where everybody has businesses, black-owned businesses, and everybody can flourish. But nah, bro, not after 15 years of holding out, waiting for the full potential of the customers to come back through the door. Like I said earlier, that can last for like 5 years tops. But 15 years, they're trying to cut your air off, bro. They're trying to make sure that your business can't flourish. You're not going to even be able, listen, I don't want to sound like a pessimist, but you're not going to be able to recover once that's the LRT's built and it's going through the neighborhood. Okay? They're still going to be worrying about their debts and stuff like that. And then guess what? When one of the developers come through and say, oh, you're in debt? Oh, you're about 100,000 in debt and we can help you out with that. I'll clear off the debt and I'll pay for your business. I'll buy that from you. Come on, let's go. What would you rather? Would you rather struggle? And then they're going to go. My predictions is this, and it's not even a super long time. In the next 5, maybe 10, you're not going to see Lil Jamaica in Eglinton West anymore. All right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be the one to have to break it to y'all. This is just my prediction. Hopefully I'm wrong. I'm super happy being wrong, especially with this right here. But within the next 5 to 10 years, there will be no more Lil Jamaica, no more jerk chicken drums, no more getting your hair done and all that. Go somewhere else for that shit. Okay. But it ain't going to be no in friggin' Eglinton West no more. I'm sorry. Just my prediction. Anywho, sorry to end you guys off on a somber note. It's reality. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna pull no punches over here. Salute to everybody who's in the chat over here. Comment gang strong. I think I'm going to wrap it up for the day here. Let me see what y'all are saying in the chat. Big salute to Jules who just popped in. I'm sorry. I ended on a somber point right there. Like, damn. No more Eglinton West. Y'all got to support it. You know what I'm saying? Go over there and show some support. Go buy some, Randy's just reopened over there, Randy's Patties. Go over, buy some patties. Go support one of the hairdressers over there because right now, times are hard, yo. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.